Between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Get it! 25! Here we go, let's bring it! Let's go, let's bring it!
On first down, it's Green. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Bruce Irvin in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Got it. Hey, exit.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
51, go! 50, Mike. Hey, 2. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
From the shotgun, Ryan. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
Get in the right room. Check 57. Kill.
On play action, Wentz. Flush to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Play action. Now Wentz. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Go. 180! All day, every day, any day. Check. Great. X3, 218, chopper. Hey, Red 5-2, out here. Hey, Foxtrot.
From the red zone now, Wentz. He's got Smith here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make someone miss in the open field.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards there and a first down. Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
Get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and now it's second down.
Got it. Back 25. Check. Time to go right now. Check. 21. Hey, Alpha.
To throw again. Ryan. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go, baby. Pick 6 all day. Here we go. 20. 53. Check 53. You ain't got nothing.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run on first down. It's Green. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Watch the eye.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Hey, ready, blue ladies. Back 25. 39. Check 15. Check 51. Greystone, travel. Let it go.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Check 80 weapons.
On 3rd down, Green. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, it's Wentz. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
That's another Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Wentz. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down. On 1st down, Green. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 23-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Ryan. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jarrell Casey coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Everson Griffin, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, Steve 6.
Now Wentz. Smith catches left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Green, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, tight down.
Now a give, right side. Green looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Packers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Ryan. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. George Kittle, 94 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Undercrook.
Throwing is Wentz. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Traquan Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
82. And we're good.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Packers. Marvin Jones, 97 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Wentz going to throw. That's complete to Smith. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to they'll try and run for it with Smith. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Mike 58, right there. I got it. Watch twitch. Outside, solid.
Wentz now on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. 11 yards there, 1st down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Packers take over.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They run with Connor. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of... This is caught at the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. 36 yards on the play. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken short. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd and 12, Wentz looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. Now on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They start the drive with Connor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Smith. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 37, check 37.
From the gun, Ryan. He hits Beasley right side. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Charlie. 50 the mark.
Now it's Ryan. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 7, Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Rashawn Melvin. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They'll begin the drive with Carson, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run it with Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Well, now they'll try the end around. Gets around him. Emmanuel Sanders, the 30. A big gain there on 3rd and long. And even 50 yards on the ground. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Hey, empty.
On 3rd down, Smith. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
Do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.